My name is Aisha Yesufu. I wish I was able to do this in person, but you know it's such a busy period in our country, Nigeria, today. And so I'm doing this video. I hope in a way you are able to find one or two things that you can relate with and go on and expatiate upon. I've been asked to talk on the topic activism for impact, speaking your truth. The first thing we need to understand is that there is no way we are able to speak our truth if we do not find ourselves. So I would say the first thing that one needs to do is to be able to find who we are. Or should I say, who are you? It's such a simple question, but most times it's a really difficult question for a lot of people to answer. You need to be able to find yourself and accept yourself for who you are. That is always something that a lot of people find very difficult. And you find out that because people do not accept themselves for who they are unable to live their life completely. So you need to do something, you need to find yourself, and you need to accept yourself for who you are. After finding yourself and knowing who you are and accepting yourself for who you are, what's the next thing that you should do? I usually say to people, do it not because you have to do it, but because you want to do it. And sometimes people are surprised and they ask me, is there a difference? I say, yes, there's a difference. When you do something because you have to do it, that means that something is there to be done, and probably there's nobody to do it, and it needs to be done, and so you take it upon yourself to do it. So most times when you don't get the kind of appreciation that you're supposed to get or you expect to get, it becomes a bit, you become discouraged in a way. But when you do something because you want to do it, you are the one. I think you're the, like they say in the Nigerian palace, now you send yourself. You're the one who want to do it. Then in that way, whether people actually appreciate or they do not appreciate what you're doing, it doesn't really matter. So it's very important for you to do something because you want to do it. Because unfortunately in this part of the world, especially in Nigeria, when you're trying to fight for people's right, or you're trying to do something for good or anything, a lot of people are suspicious. We have lived in a country where people have been treated so badly. They have been treated so badly that the moment they see anyone who treats them with any sort of respect, kindness, or in a good way, they are suspicious of that person. So it's like, okay, what's in it for you? Why are you being this nice to us? Why are you not being as bad as everyone has always been? And so you find out that the people that you are actually even working for are the ones who are going to antagonize you. And so for you to be able to make that impact, you must be self-motivated. It must be something that you get sort of like a sense of joy accomplishing whatever it is that you're working on. Not necessarily whether people appreciate it or people do not appreciate it. And even in spite of the fact that people do not appreciate it, that you are able to go on, you are able to carry on, and you are able to ensure that you are doing that very thing that you want to do. A lot of people, you know, when they think about activism, they always look at it in terms of the fact that, oh, being on the streets, being on protesting or this. So that's not the only form of activism. There are a lot of people, and for me, I always have utmost respect for them, for a lot of activists, active citizens who are actually behind the scene. You never necessarily get to see them during protests. They are not the ones who are going to be on the street protesting, even though the ones who are protesting are the ones that we see most of the time. But there are people who are working actively behind the scene, and they do different things. They do different things. Those who are pursuing policies to be made, those who are pursuing for laws to be made, those who are doing a whole lot of different things. So first of all, you also have to find the niche that fits you the most. There are people who are good at, you know, whether it's the more vocal activism, being out there, you know, whether it's when it's time for protest, whether it's holding government accountable. There are some who are better by collaborating with government and helping government to do the things the right way that they ought to be done. So it's very important, and that also comes to issue of also finding yourself. Find out which part is it that you are able to fit in the most, and then you go on to be able to do it. One very important thing also is consistency. Consistency is very important. You have to be consistent. Don't focus on what people will say about you, what people think about you. Don't think about pleasing people. Just do the right thing. Do the right thing. And don't bother about positioning, whether you're being recognized or not. Just continue to do the right thing and just be consistent about it. Sooner or later, the universe will see what you're doing. Sometimes it can be very hurtful when people are doing their work and they're putting in so much and nobody appreciates them, and then you find out that there are some people who literally aren't even doing the work, but they're good at positioning themselves. I can tell you something, I always use myself as an example to a lot of people. It's only a matter of time that consistency, you can't fake consistency. You can't fake integrity. You can't fake character. Just be true to yourself. Just focus on what you're doing and just keep doing it. That's very important. And do not care about pleasing people. Just ensure that you're doing the right thing. For every one of us, I say, we all have a moral compass inside of us. When you're doing the right thing, you do know you're doing the right thing. Even if the whole world is saying you're doing the wrong thing, when you are. And if you're doing the wrong thing, even if the whole world is saying you're doing the right thing, you know yourself that you're not doing the right thing. So that's very important. Don't get in a way where you're swayed by I want to please people, so you turn this way today, you turn that way tomorrow. Just be consistent in the things that you're doing. One thing also, I wouldn't end this without saying this, which is extremely very important, is that you must have thick skin. You must have thick skin. I always say to people, insults and praises are the same. They are people's opinion about you. If you do not get angry when people praise you, you do not have any business getting angry when people attack or insult you. And so you must learn to just take it as people's opinion. What really matters is when you are alone with yourself, do you like your thoughts? And when you see yourself in the mirror, do you like the person that you're seeing? I was told I have 7 minutes, and I think that's about that 7 minutes. I usually just say to people, I can speak for Africa, but let me just take, let me not take away too much time. Let me stay within the time that I've been given. But I will say to you, do not wait for a seat at the table. Do not wait for a seat at the table. Come with your own seat, and if you do not have the seat, get down on the floor and sit on the floor. Even if there's no place to sit, stand and speak your truth. Do not allow anyone to take your voice away. Do not ask people permission for you to have your voice. They might laugh at you, they might mock you, they might denigrate you, they might insult you, they might come at you, but be consistent in saying that truth and keep on saying it. Sooner or later, the same people who attack you will come around and see that truth and appreciate the fact that you stood for the truth, even when they didn't say. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being with you and being part of this. Bye-bye.